Good morning again. All right, let's do this. Lesson 2, Europe and the Ottoman Empire. We're on Unit 6. Again, apologies for the late start. Super busy, but I will catch us up. All right, so Unit 6, Europe and the Ottoman Empire. Just clicking along, following along here. This is a good lengthy one. Let me set my timer because I need to know how much time I'm spending here. Reset and start. Corre y se va if we're playing loteria. All right, Europe and the Ottoman Empire. Our vocabulary term here is pillage, to take money or goods illegally. Robbery to an extent. Used throughout history when a nation or an army, not a nation, an army would go somewhere to a village, they would pillage, take their belongings illegally. That is to pillage. All right. So people we need to know, I believe this one has a whole bunch of this for us. Right. Philip II is the Spanish king who sent their armada of ships to invade England. Doesn't work out very well. The British win. They start colonizing the Americas. Suleiman, the greatest of the Ottoman sultans, the lawgiver. Right. Two of the many. We have a lot to go through, so let's get through it. As you recall from Unit 5, Philip II, this was at the end of the year, was married to Queen Mary of England. The marriage was largely a political alliance. Mary wanted to return to England to Roman Catholicism. Charles of Spain, Philip's father, wished to reverse the spread of Protestantism. Oh man, so Europe is just monarchs overall. Essentially, monarchs marry off their children to gain more power or control of the throne. When Philip assumed the father's throne, his attitude toward Protestantism was no different. In fact, he would say that Philip's desire to stamp out any opposition was more intense than his father, which is not really a good thing. Not long after his ascension to the throne, Philip organized the Holy League of 1560. His purpose was to overturn the Ottoman control in the Mediterranean. The Ottomans were the Muslims, followers of Islam. They ruled most of the Near East, Greece, and parts of North Africa, but as such, they controlled much of the trade of the Mediterranean Sea, were considered to be a huge threat to Christian Europe. Backed by a strong navy, his allies in the Holy League defeated the Ottoman navy. The victory over the Muslims boosted Philip's self-perception as the most Christian king. Acting if he were a champion of Roman Catholicism, he offered money and aid to countries troubled by Protestant resistance against the church, which we just saw, right? Protestant Reformation in our last readings. The Ottomans, wow, to the Ottomans. In the late 13th century, our trick here is -1. We really can't see that, can we? Right, -1. So if you have the 13th century, your trick is -1. So we're actually in the 1200s, right? -1 for centuries. In the late 1200s, the Turks rose in power on the Anatolian Peninsula, modern-day Turkey. The territory was given to them by the Seljuk Turks and the Muslims, rulers of the Holy Land, during the Crusades as a reward for aiding them against the Mongols. The Mongols from Asia crept into China. They overthrew the Romans, and Genghis Khan. The reason why the Roman Empire fell was because of the Mongols. If we look at the Ottoman Empire, wow. I mean, what do you want me to say other than wow? Their territory, we're talking about close to Italy, into the Ukraine, parts of Russia, the Fertile Crescent, a good chunk of the Arabian Peninsula, the Nile River, into Egypt, Northern Africa. They're actually into Spain for a while until the Spanish push them out. Crazy. Anyways, the Ottoman Empire expanded their territory by 451. The Muslims conquered most of the Balkans, Greece, Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia. In 1453, the Ottomans overthrew the Byzantine Empire, capturing Constantinople, turning it into Istanbul. Song on Just Dance, Constantinople, not Istanbul. Or Constantinople. Thought I had to dance it. Anyways, the Ottomans are also a reason why the Roman Empire collapsed. 1453 is when the second half of Rome collapses. So the Romans last for a very, very long time. Okay. The Ottomans' military success was heavily dependent on the use of gunpowder, which they did. Gunpowder is such a game changer. The greatest Ottoman sultans was Suleiman. Under Suleiman, the Ottomans emerged. Forgive me, you don't know where I am. Emerged one of the most powerful Muslim empires to ever existed. They controlled Europe, North Africa, and the Middle Eastern. This led to conflicts with Spanish Habsburg, Spain, and control of the Mediterranean. A lot of territory. So here's mostly about the Ottomans. The Suleiman was known as the lawgiver. Being careful. One moment, please. Let me go back to my timer so I know where I'm at. We then move into Spain and the Netherlands. The 17 provinces of the Netherlands were ruled by the Spanish. Where are the Netherlands? They're above France, right? So we're looking at this world map. This is France. Here is Spain. This is Italy, right? Right next door is Germany. Then we have Poland. Here is England. All right, there we go. Just so we can kind of know where we are at in Europe. Coming back over here. It's essentially, it's just, yeah, it's just a little back and forth between mine or yours or mine. There's revolts. I mentioned earlier that the Spanish will be defeated by the British, leading to the British colonization of the Americas. This is essentially a war between, again, the British and the Spanish. If one European country is not fighting the other, then the other one's fighting another one, unfortunately. Philip's desire to consolidate his power demanded to maintain Spanish troops in different lands. Knowing this, Elizabeth sought to slow the flow of resources into Philip's hands, back and forth. Nevertheless, Philip was provoked. Elizabeth's refusal. Elizabeth is the daughter of Henry VIII of England. Elizabeth I, not the second that just passed away, will make England the powerful nation that it is today. Confident that a small country would do little to resist Spanish invasion, Philip sent an armada, or a fleet of 130 ships, carrying 20,000 soldiers to capture England. The planned invasion of 1588 by the Spanish didn't go very well. The British will win this battle known as the defeat of the Spanish Armada, down here, which would allow Britain to start colonizing the Americas. After this, we have the 30 Years' War, which is, I mean, in 1618, I'll just read this. Collection of independent states included the lands of modern-day Belgium, Germany, Austria, and the Czech. While the Holy Roman Empire was Catholic, nearly half of the empire was ruled by Protestant nobles. And so starts this war of 30 years, right? Continue reading. Map of Europe in 1648. Not the same map we know today. It is fairly different. Notice there's no Poland in the middle. And then you have 5 answers, I believe, towards the bottom. 7, 8, no, 8 answers. There are some matching. So caution matching here, caution matching there. If you don't do as well, email me, let me know. I am more than welcome to help you or reopen this for you. Be good, be well, continue having a great morning. I will see you guys at 1 o'clock.